Well, guys, Iron Banner is back again. We've got some new weapons, new rewards, old rewards, and reputation gains all to cover. So let's just dive right in. Now, first up, I want to go over the Iron Banner schedule. Bungie actually heard the community feedback from last season and has since increased the number of Iron Banner visits from Lord Saladin to 3, which is up from the previous 2. This is a very good walk back. 2 visits, honestly, was just not enough, especially if you were like grinding triumphs, gear, that elusive shader that I still never got. Now locking in those rewards should be easier. Now this week will be the classic control Iron Banner game mode that most of us are already accustomed to. Essentially, we'll just be fighting over 3 zones, and if a single team captures all the zone, the hunt will begin, which results with the team that's doing the hunt to receive increased points for killing players on the disadvantaged team. Now, each week of Iron Banner this season will actually be featuring a different game mode. Week 6 of the season will be Eruption, which everyone loved, and week 9 of the season will be Fortress, which I personally really like. Now, new weapons. The hand cannon Frontier's Cry and the sword Razor's Edge were removed from Iron Banner loot pool this season, and it's now been replaced with the pulse rifle Jorm's Claw and the sniper rifle Bite of the Fox. Now let me just say something about Bite of the Fox, which is definitely the weapon I'm going to be jumping for immediately. I used to run around hip firing with this weapon way back when. It has got some nutty hip fire accuracy. Granted, back in the day, you could get Bite of the Fox with both hip fire grip and opening shots, and you could even like slide over an ammo brick with inertia override back then, and you can one-shot body. Can't do that anymore. You're gonna have to use a sniper rifle like a sniper rifle. With that being said though, this is a fantastic sniper. Its zoom is only 43, it's an aggressive frame, it's present in the kinetic slot, and it's actually got some really good rolls for both PvE and for PvP. I think for PvP, an opening shot snapshot roll is always a good play. You can even double up on accuracy bonuses if you like to crouch and go firmly planted opening shots. Personally, guys, I've always been a big fan of moving target in snapshot. That's probably the role I'm gonna go for, but lots of good things here, whether you're a controller player or a mouse and keyboard player, that's going to work very good for you. For PvE players though, Vorpal is present on this weapon, and we know that we just got a kinetic buff, and I know everybody is team Succession, and don't get me wrong, I love Succession. Vorpal is only a 15% buff in comparison to like Firing Line, which is a 20% buff. However, in solo content, Vorpal will always be active, whereas Firing Line won't be. The PvE combination that's really intriguing me is actually Vorpal and Envious Assassin. Essentially, Envious states that rapidly defeating targets with other weapons before drawing this one transfers ammo to the magazine from reserves. This effect can overflow the magazine based on the number of targets defeated. Combine that with say either a pendant mag or extended mag. Keep in mind though, extended mag is only really good when you pair it with backup mag. A pendant mag though will be capped at 4 in the mag. Granted, you can rock things like Major Spec or Ball Spec, but all of that combined with Envious Assassin and Vorpal should make for a very solid PvE role. Now, one other role I want to mention for my PvP players is actually Iron Gaze. Now, this could potentially be the play. It gives you improved weapon target acquisition at the cost of weapon range, but massively so. It's actually a plus 20 increase there to aim assist. And considering the archetype of this weapon, the aim assist is pretty low. You can honestly pair Iron Gaze with Firmly Planted and have some crazy, and I mean crazy, target acquisition. And for my controller players, you can even go a step further with a targeting adjuster mod and really crank those numbers up. Again, normally I like moving target the most because it increases that movement speed. I like to strafe a bunch even when I'm aiming down sights. However, if Iron Gaze is really the play, I think I'm gonna take that, guys. Keep in mind though, it does hurt your range. So in order to pick that back up, you may have to go with things like accurized rounds and potentially a range boosting barrel perk. And you can offset that handling speed with things like snapshot. Again, we're gonna be testing all of this out as soon as we start coming across some god rolls. Now the other weapon, Jorm's Claw. This is a 390 round per minute pulse rifle that deals solar damage. Now I'm not too crazy about 390 round per minute pulse rifles. They don't necessarily have the best time to kill value, but this one actually might be pretty good, especially in the consistency department. You've got moving target head seeker, you've got kill clip on this thing, and honestly guys, for multi-kills, Encore may be really, really good here. Now some of my controller players are going to completely overcompensate for stability, which is completely okay. You can actually rock an Iron Grip combo with say head seeker. I wouldn't necessarily suggest Iron Grip with kill clip because that reload is just going to be terrible. Unless you're like dodging the reload on Hunter or rocking things like Ophidians, you're going to be waiting to get that reload. And keep in mind guys, head seeker is a lot better trait than what it used to be. Although on adaptives, it's already a very forgiving archetype. I got to go through the numbers to see where head seeker sits, but it does increase the target acquisition as well as increasing precision damage after landing a body shot. So you can go crazy with it and do like a head seeker Iron Grip combo for like max stability, and then pick your barrel perks, magazine perks, and masterwork to pick up the range. You're roughly looking at 37 to 38 meters at max range. I would not recommend things like full bore. Keep in mind this weapon does have 73 recoil direction. If you were to go in there and just throw on a counterbalance mod, that would kick it up to 88, which would make things fairly vertical. You could overcompensate here and just go arrowhead break. However, that would limit you to about 36 meters of range. Still, not bad, but considering we have heavyweight pulse rifles this season, like the most recent one we reviewed, Philotactic Spiral, that pulse rifle can reach up to 41 meters. And that's fine. Again, adaptive pulse rifles are meant to be dueling weapons. Now let's get into the rewards. Iron Banner also has a new suite of rewards for rank ups in the playlist. For rank 4, we have Bite of the Fox. Again, after you unlock these weapons, you can then focus it. Rank 7, you have Jorm's Claw. Rank 10 is Gnora's Axe. Rank 13 is Dark Decider. Rank 16 is the new Ferocity Emblem. And then, of course, we have an Ascendant Shard at rank reset. Now, we don't know what the rewards are going to be after you reset your rank. Last season, it was actually a chainmail shader that a ton of us were super hyped for, leading to the complaints of there only being 2 weeks total to earn it over the season, because that shader took a lot of playtime inside of Iron Banner. With 3 weeks, though, to work here, those rewards on the second track should be much easier to obtain. Now, I want to get into focusing, as this is going to be a big one for a lot of us that are trying to get those god rolls. We have had the ability to focus Iron Banner weapons in the past, but now we have gained new gear to acquire via legacy focusing. Remember earlier when I said that Frontier's Cry and Razor's Edge had been removed from the loot pool? Well, you can actually focus both of them in the legacy and focusing tab, along with weapons like Occluded Finality, Reese Walker, Archon's Thunder, Peace Bond, Forge's Pledge, the Iron Forerunner set, the Iron Will set, the Iron Truage set, the Iron Fellowship set, and the Iron Remembrance set. No lie, guys, Occluded Finality is actually a fantastic sniper rifle. I know it's got high zoom. Les uses it all the time. He loves it. Now, these should all be the same cost as focusing legacy trials gear. And if you own these in the past, that's great, because these weapons will only cost 2 iron ingrams and the armor will only cost 1. Now, if you have not, weapons will actually cost 5 and armor will cost 3. Now, the gear available to focus normally will actually be Hero's Burden, the Wizened Rebuke fusion rifle, Roar of the Bear, Dark Desire, Gnora's Axe, and Jorm's Claw, as well as Bite of the Fox and the Iron Companion set. Now, these all cost 1 ingram to focus, and if you don't own it yet, then you have to earn it all before you can focus it. Now, I do want to mention that some of these roles have changed on these weapons, as in they got new random roles. I'm not going to go through each one of them, but I want to bring up Hero's Burden. PvE players, you have got to get this one. Destabilizing Rounds and Feeding Frenzy. That is a new role on Hero's Burden, and 100% it is going to be disgusting. Final blows cause nearby targets to become volatile, and you have Feeding Frenzy, which increases that reload speed. Hands down, guys, and don't get me wrong, Hero's Burden is a good SMG even inside of PvP, but hands down, inside of PvE, this is going to be a monster. Now, let's get into reputation gains, as this is pretty much what you're going to have to utilize today and for the rest of this week. Now, we cover this every single season, but I know we have some new and returning players, but the Iron Banner playlist has a challenge tied to it that requires you to run a specific subclass. And once you complete the challenge, you'll earn a pinnacle reward, and you can do this challenge on 3 different characters to earn 3 pinnacles. Now, this challenge updates daily for the first 4 days of Iron Banner. Now, completing the challenge on 1 character each day will give you an Iron Banner reputation boost. You cannot get multiple boosts from completing the challenge 3 times in 1 day, though. Boosts are time gated and require you to play each day or until the 4th day to hit max reputation boosts for completing challenges. The other ways, though, to boost reputation gains are essentially just wearing 5 pieces of Iron Banner armor. These can actually just be ornaments or actual Iron Banner armor pieces. When you wear an Iron Banner ornament on top of a piece of Iron Banner gear, though, this will actually count as 2, which is beautiful because it allows you to wear an exotic. You can also get reputation gains by just simply wearing an Iron Banner emblem and also winning matches. Each match you win will add to your streak, and when the streak fills up, you get more reputation after completing each game. Now, granted, I'm not trying to promote going full stacked. That can get toxic, but more wins is better for you because you get increased reputation, more rank ups, and essentially more ingrams and more rewards from Saladin. Now, a quick side note here for my new light players, there is going to be an Iron Banner quest called Forging Iron. You'll need to start it to get access to the Iron Banner playlist, but you only need to complete it just once. All it does is just simply walk you through the Iron Banner experience. Nothing really difficult here, guys. And again, you only have to do it once. It's not like you have to do this every single season. So guys, that is Iron Banner for Season of Defiance. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Which weapons are you hyped for? We're going to be reviewing these all this week. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.